What's up, guys? Welcome to another aka Negativity with Success. And just welcome to today, talking about the stock market, cryptos, bonds, credit, just for everyone to understand what it means and how to make money from it. If you like the video, man, please like, subscribe, let us know, maybe so. Let's fucking go. So today, 12th of August, 2026, Wednesday. So a couple of numbers came out today in terms of what you call these economic calendar. This is what we look at every single day. That literally moves the dollar up and down on a daily basis, which are the economic numbers, right? So for today for today, we were supposed to find the numbers for CPI. Let me just show you here. So CPI is the Consumer Price Index. It's one of the most important basic economic numbers. CPI economics. So that's what normally every economist looks at when you look into the economy of any country. So specifically, what we look at is the U.S. economy, which is the CPI number today. It came out literally mixed. Let me just show you here. So yeah, man, that was the main driver today, CPI. So year over year, as you can see, it came in at 3.4% versus the previous one that came in at 3.5. And then month over month, CPI came in at 0.1 versus the forecast of 0.1, and the previous one was negative 0.4%. And then core CPI came in at 0.2 versus the forecast of 0.2. And the previous one was 0%. So it's slightly progress happening. And then on the other front, what basically happened, it came in at roughly in line and slightly cooler with expectations, right? That's what happened there. So basically that moved the dollar today CPI index. So yeah, man, that gave the US dollar some bit of gains today due to those numbers, and it also moved the market. So now the dollar is at $99.80, and then overall that was a good number for these stocks. So you can see here, let me say, so yeah, man, overall it pushed up the Nasdaq, the Dow Jones. Everything is positive after those numbers. So that was up 0.9, S&P 500 0.6, Nasdaq 0.53, small cap 0.5. And then the VIX today came down. So now came from that $14, now currently playing at from $15, now it's playing at $14, 78, right? So yeah, man, overall we're seeing more or less like a reversal from yesterday's low and Tuesday's low. So yeah, man, due to the worries of the Strouds of Holmes, worries basically on that trade war front, slash that's not gonna end anytime soon. Yeah, man, that's not gonna end anytime soon, basically. And then in terms of that economically, what's gonna be like a thing that's gonna keep it up and down. Yeah, man, that's about it in terms of that overall today on Wednesday. And the biggest winner today, CoreWeave, it's been right? Came in. Man, today is up by 18, between 18 to 20%. Currently now playing at 106. This is one of the companies that is competing with Nvidia in terms of RPUs. And yeah, man, CoreWeave, it's another company, it's another active for which, so yeah, man, as you can see, at 8% of 0.56 billion. So they came out very cool winner today. We are invested in memories and hyperscalers. They made a lot of money. And the second thing is for a year, dude. For a year, like literally for the last 3 years, the super microcomputer. These are the three brothers. I'm not quite sure if they're from Tijuana or they're from China. Yeah, directly with an interview and AI in general. Make anything AI related without buying one of these three companies. So Nvidia, CoreWeave, and Super Microcomputer. Those are the top three, but Nvidia is number one, right? CoreWeave is number two, and then Super microcomputer. This one microcomputer came in strong in terms of earnings report. As you can see now, it's playing at 35. It's up by $12. This thing was playing at 20 to 21 because of scandals of them not disclosing business of where they're getting their GPUs and where they're actually getting their stock. But it was just the three brothers overall who were just working at the end. So yeah, man, Heidenberg actually released that page. There's like a 200 page how much super microcomputer. But now they basically are still doing these court proceedings, going back and forth. But one of the most important one is done in terms of their court. So they should have settled now whatever was wrong with the company with the SEC. So when a public does something bad, the SEC is going to come with a fine, right? They're going to get embarrassed publicly. The SEC is going to release a statement of how much what they did wrong. Two, they're going to pay a fine, a hefty fine actually. So that fine is based on how much they've made overall from the actual fraud. They pay for that, and then it's done. Then normally then what you would see is a company like this would go higher at 30%. So from 21, and then went to 30. Now it's at 35. So yeah, that's what normally happens when a company is doing something scammy. Then it brings back the image. So yeah, man, it doesn't become scammy forever. But yeah, man, we'll see. That was the biggest one, and the fourth biggest company to go higher today. The biggest winner was Cohent, Cohent Inc. So this one, what happened today was that it is up by 15, between 9 and 15% on revenue. So they also reported positive earnings. So as you can see here at 359, still going even higher. So what happened is now it's driving appears like Luma in terms of strong revenue. So yeah, man, that's one of the biggest buyers today in overall. And then so the biggest losers today, going to the biggest losers, was this app loving. App loving was one of those companies that was the most bought in 2025. Wall Street loved this company very much. Um, it doubled, it doubled by more than 2%, right? In 2025. So I kept this one of the loser in general. Yeah, man, now they're trading at a 52-week low, meaning that in a terms of in a period of 52 weeks, it's currently playing at the lowest it's ever been. This company also got cash was paid on 723, not 300. A lot of dollars and some basically what they found today in the expectation ahead of 7th of August. And also, it's one of the biggest losers because of a lot of short sellers are selling software-based companies. So what is like number one, dude? Like it's short selling. Smoke as well. And the one that rated another good, it's quite a brilliant company. This is the company that reports on news. It gives you like the latest news in terms of the stock market. You get this on Bloomberg. You get most updated news. So this is points actually. Not bad. Yeah, it's mostly having it on ratings, like a rating, bank rating, and stock split. Yeah, man, that's why this one is going down. Thomas Ratis, it's a company. And then the other company that was down a bit, logo was also down 1 point. Bad, not so bad, but yeah, man, this is today due to competition. So the competition is obviously the Chinese guys. What you call this? Baidu. Man, that's what's happening there. So yeah, that's what's going on today in terms of biggest winners and losers. Watch all these. List buy outs and partnerships today. We had Teradyne Technologies. This one it went higher today, currently sitting at 682. Teradyne is a beautiful, beautiful company, dude. If you had money, a lot of money, dude, you could have been close to 100%, $1 billion. And this one is expected to close by early 2027. So yeah, man, it seems like it's like more company they build until it's signed, and then another company was to acquire Marines. It's a marine company called Marine Max for a stock for 1 point. This is one of so here's the actual company. Yeah, so it's up today by 0.27. News, not bad, so Gucci. So this one is being bought for $1 billion. The Marine Max. So Blackstone is acquiring Marine Max for $1.5 billion. Another company, probably one of those European companies called Clean Harbors, to acquire EnviroServe. Let me just open up the company here. Harbors Inc. So yeah, man, there's another one. It's up by 2%, $117. So to it's acquiring EnviroServe for $170 million. And that's illegal stock, complicated shit. We have the cash. We have the money. So they Gucci. Another company called is also buying Sanko. This is acquiring to acquire a fuel distributor, which is called Often Petroleum. Cash transaction fund, bro. In this economy, bro. Sanko. This one It's basically like a Chinese company. So they're buying this one as well. So yeah, man. So more or less it looks like for that $600 million is going to go for a company called RTW to acquire the next cure. That's what so RTW Biotech, which is on ventures with the British company, they're acquiring next cure in an all-stock deal. Yeah, but man, it seems like it's the investors are not buying. When it went down like this, it's because of the investors don't get a good idea 90% of the time. So they also take down their whatever company they're buying, right? And there was OpenAI's representation startup called Next Slide. OpenAI is not public as yet. That's gonna happen, I think, end of this year. Yeah, it's for a couple. Again, we're waiting for that to end in June, July. Now, I'm not sure, but more or less, it seems like AI data centers. So yeah, man, I think they're waiting for a couple of things. So yeah, man, and money because the data centers they would. So what's happening there? I trying to go public. So next slide, startup presentation company. So it's being acquired. It's called Nelson. There we go. It's a Norwegian company. So it's acquiring a company called Double Verify. It's up to date. So yeah, a small company called Double Verify for $2.15 billion. Right, cash. It's an all cash deal as well. So yeah, man, that's about it in terms of those acquisitions and partnerships for today. And then going to commodities, some key sections now. Commodities going. So commodities trade is playing at 1 modest. As you see, other prices is also pushing higher as fears grows that Iran won't open the Strait. The Strait without concessions from Washington. So there's a main geopolitical hangover on the markets right now. And then as you can see here, gold also fell about 0.7% to 4,371. A safe haven bit despite a softer yields. So yeah, man, people are running away to gold in terms of like safe havens. So yeah, man, as you can see, that WTI is just a bit down. Bread oil is a bit down, but they currently at a 1 week high. Gold as well. Gold is also like catching in terms of it's being represented as a more of like a safe haven when things are bad. Um, yeah, man. Also, silver is up. Copper is down. Platinum is up. And then natural gas today is up by 1%. Heating oil has been up, dude. Heating oil has been up due to that it was still like a winter season in the United States. So you saw like a couple of people buying those energy companies and stuff. And then Hyperliquid is up by 4%. Man, that's something on that crypto after recent institutional, what you call this, Bitcoin sellers, with traders watching the CPI print closely, since a softer inflation number tends to support liquidity sensitivity assets like crypto. So while a hot print and rising rate could pressure them even further down, so yeah, man, this one is basically just higher because of CPI. So yeah, man, CPI today, so not add dollar to the Canadian dollar, Australian dollar to the US dollar, and the Japanese, and then the US dollar to the Japanese yen, right? Those were the biggest wins in terms of currencies. And I'm moving on to bonds, which is our market. It's still at an all-time high as well. Look at this shit. This thing is on 51, dude. Damn. So it's playing at 5.3%, 10 years playing at 4.6, 5 years playing at 4.3, 2 years playing at 1% in terms of that. So over here, man. So a couple of days, that's elevated. It's still elevated by recent standards, so it's still higher. And the higher, longer yields keep continuing pressure on mortgage rate, auto loans, and corporate borrowing costs. So those three things are putting pressure on the borrowers in general. So mortgage rate, which is the housing, auto who took out a motor plan, and corporate borrowing costs. So when small companies need to borrow money just to keep their operation going even further and for them to actually grow, they're gonna keep close to the home in general. So yeah, man, this is about it today on the 12th of August 2026. So yeah, man, we still have that geopolitical Strouds, the Strouds So with the Iran and US, and yeah, man, continued AI earnings euphoria. So yeah, man, nothing has been happening, nothing dramatic today. Yeah, man, that's about it today.